Katannya Alven signing in and welcoming you all on this third section.
Drug companies make billions, but we have proven we can do this with insulin. And that's another thing down the road. We're talking about China makes most of our medicine. And they're talking about in Obamacare, it says they can ration medicine starting with the elderly. And Bloomberg said that. That's the way we're
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of the elderly. They're not going to get rid of me.
going to balance the budget. The only way we're going to balance the budget is to ration medications to the elderly. So it's time just to say this to you, and I don't know how to say it or how big it is.
Well, I'm going to say it for it. Probably genocide in different ways of downing the supposed too high a population, which is a load of nonsense.
But this is what I'm telling you. People who are trained in bioacoustics and can do this medication and by frequency, they're going to dictate who gets treatment. Think about the power in your hands to create medication for the elderly that have been cut off from their medicines and sent someplace to die. That's one of the side effects of what's going on right now. It will happen. Bioacoustics is the new medicine. So we created those frequencies and then looked at them and decided, I need to find that again because this won't let me take a picture of it. Put in there, Anita, would you onlinegenerator.com and use the binaural button. So as we began to look at these frequencies and what we could do with them on this 224 scale, now this was only when there was a few things that were in our way. So we gave some instructions on how to give the frequencies that were antidotes based on those scales. And those of you who are bioacoustic practitioners will give you the list for your equipment. This is for Rife equipment. We made all of the formula sets, and every one of them, but four here. One of them created HIV. One of them created West Nile virus. One of them created Epstein-Barr. There were only four that we considered safe, and you can see them here.
How
In case
interesting.
you're only listening, 117.28 mixed with 165.84. On your Rife machines, do an A channel and a B channel and put these together as one signal. Two pieces coming out into one signal. The next one is 118.88 mixed with 168.16. The next one, 148.48 mixed with 168.32. And the last one, 157.76 mixed with 159.04. Take a screen grab of this or wait until you can get the article. The article is up on Sarah Westall's site, and it's up on our site, the Sound Health Options site. So these even begin to conflict, and that's when I went back to look at all the data that was coming in. What do these vocal prints look like? What do these gene combinations look like? And that's when we discovered that they really look like things that are coming in the body like an allergen. And one of the things that you can look at it is that this is actually causing inflammations. So I went back and looked at inflammations, and it led me to inflammasome. It's of the innate immune system responsible for activating the inflammatory response. The numbers led me back from the coronavirus and what was really going on through allergens, which is really just an inflammation response. I will put that in the chat for you. If I get it in the wrong spot, Anita, could you transfer it over? So as we're looking at all of this, and I'm getting, okay, here's toothpaste that'll keep you from getting coronavirus. Here's all these groceries I can sell you in a bucket. In the last 25 years, you need this, you have to have it. And then I got information from the government. We want to talk to you about this. And then we got people from Italy. We need to talk to you about this. And every one of them wanted to make money. And remember when we were dealing with the good guys and the bad guys and saying, how can we tell you the truth of what's really going on? And we said, the guys are trying to take your money, your power, your land, your opinions. They're the bad guys. The people who want to provide for you, they don't have anything in it, but they want you to be well.
Exactly, coming out of love.
Well, in looking at this, up came video. This guy will tell you who he is, and if what he tells you is true, and what he wants for you is good, he's the one losing. And I'm only going to play just a few minutes of this here. It is so good, and I will put the link here.
Hello, my name is Frank Clay, and I spent over 40 years in the technology sector. In my most recent position, in my career I've seen the tremendous benefit that technology can provide.
Now, it's very difficult to hear him. I will go and find the video myself and come back. I will put the link, I will look for that and put the link in the description box for you, everyone.
I think it's important that we understand that 5G is not just an incremental number on our cell phones. In fact, over 230 scientists and researchers from 41 countries around the world have formally written to the United Nations, the member nations, and the World Health Organization, expressing their concern over the planned rollout of 5G technology, especially for vulnerable populations such as children, pregnant women, and the environmentally sensitive.
Yeah, it's really genocide. Oh. So I've gone way on, and I'm at number 1.3453 towards the very end of the video, because do listen to it yourselves. And this is what James Marshall composed. He calls it Le Ciel, the sky, departure from toxins and flus, arrival of healing. Beautiful. So I did a search. Here we are, here's my search. I use start page, and we've got Le Ciel healing music, which I brought up here, and also another one, Le Ciel, departure of toxins and flu, which is this one. Oh, that's the same one. Bioacoustic, I'm sure I did. Let's stop. This is it, and from the ones I looked at. And here, after taking advice of conventional medical provider, actor James Marshall thought his life was over. That's when he heard of Sharry Edwards, the pioneer of human bioacoustics vocal profiling, and it is wonderful. I do urge you to go and have a look at it. Who agreed to help. After receiving his health report and following Sharry's advice, his life started to get back on track. Well, mine did as well, after heeding her advice and taking the nutrients, etc. It was James's wish to then help Sharry, which led to the creation of the song Le Ciel, meaning in French the sky, which seems to influence and reverse symptoms that have a pathogenic nature. I had always wanted to be a part of the Hollywood scene, not when he sees what was going on, and I was finally reaching the peak of my career. I had a role on television show Twin Peaks and was cast in numerous roles in films such as Cadence, starring Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen, Gladiator, starring Cuba Gooding Jr., and A Few Good Men, starring Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, and Demi Moore. I thought this was the beginning of a wonderful career, when all of a sudden it had to be put on hold. Now, I've mentioned before that actually this is tremendously important, and our lowest point, which I can refer to as lead, actually is the point of gold, because it will lead us up to in a new direction and a great awakening. I thought my life would end after taking the advice of a conventional medical provider, and it almost did. The medicine was prescribed to me, destroying my large intestine, and the point where it had to be removed. After nearly 2 years of being bedridden in a hospital room, I weighed less than 100 pounds, and my lack of energy and bad health had ended my acting career. That fateful night, I was up late searching for an answer. I began to listen to the Coast to Coast radio show. George Norrie was interviewing a woman, Sharry, about a healing technique that she had been developing using sound frequencies. After researching, I came across her, it was before Colin passed over, which was in 2008. So I've been following her on and off, but and used her capabilities and sent her a soundbite of my voice, and then took the nutritional remedies afterwards. Made a big difference. After research was done on this theory, it was proven that sound could heal people. You only had to find the right frequency and match it to the person. I took a chance and called her research center. After hearing my story, she agreed to help. She used her own computer software to analyze my voice, and you can download the software as well if you go onto her site, and created a report on my health status. This report indicated which vitamins and nutrients I needed to help my body heal itself. Then I was told what foods would provide this for me and which I should avoid. Along with this, I was given sound frequencies that would supposedly help to heal me as well. I started using this information, and my life began to fall back into place. My mind began to clear. I started to gain weight, and my energy returned. I started playing the frequencies on my guitar. It was not the same as playing music. It had a great impact on me. I spent hours with the sounds, and I began to feel like my own self. I became as fascinated at my own progress using sound that my wife and I began to study sound healing. We wanted to spread the word and be part of something significant, something timely, something useful to the public. We wanted to bring these ancient techniques into the modern era. A wonderful sentiment. My wife and I contacted the woman at her research facility again and told her what we wanted to do, and together we chose to focus on the work done with swine flu. She decoded the genetic makeup of the strains of swine flu, and as she had done for so many other pathogens. Using this and extrapolations from her previous research, she came up with the frequency biomarkers for the swine flu, and was able to mathematically determine the frequency-based antidotes. When I was given the set of frequencies, I began to work on putting it to music. I discovered that this would not sound like a traditional song. I had to remind myself it would be a musical piece meant to kill a pathogen in the body. The musical piece, called Ciel, had shown signs of doing just that. My wife, I, and others have found relief from cold and sore throat symptoms. In addition, the frequencies have been used to reverse swine flu symptoms that were resistant to Tamiflu. Can these results be trusted? Many years of research substantiate the ability of music and sound to support optimal human form and function. Now, I will say that Pythagoras said back in BC, give me a drunken youth and I can bring him back to being non-inebriated by playing a particular mode. It was the modes. So if you go into that website, More Energy for Life, which is mine, and look at musical revolution, and you will find a lot of information there. I'm sure I put that information in there. So just to continue,